What is up, Cowboy Nation? Dallas fan 1997 here, guys. And today my Dallas Cowboys take on the Philadelphia Eagles in a big rivalry game here in about just under 2 hours, 12:40 my time. It'll be 2:25 my time. Cowboys are 4-5-1 coming into this game. The Eagles are 8-2. Been playing some red-hot football. Eagles have been close in a lot of games this year, but they've just found a way to win. And that's what a lot of the good teams do. They find ways to win even when it doesn't look like they can. Yesterday, I did get to go see my alma mater, the Utah Utes, play Kansas State. I was at that game in the north end zone, and man, oh man, what a game, man. We were down 35-47. I knew we were going to come back. I saw like half the fans leave. I'm like, hey, we're going to come back and win this game. I know we're down by 14. We rallied in the fourth quarter. Devin Dampier ran it in for a touchdown, and Lander Barton got that interception to seal the game. So very fun game yesterday. This is the second Utes game I went to this year. A lot of fun, man. Got a good deal for those end zone tickets. But anyways, it's just fun. Also, of course, my Notre Dame Fighting Irish crushed Syracuse. Not even really a surprise there. That was an easy win, 70-7. But for my college football teams, both of them showed up yesterday. The question is, will my Dallas Cowboys, the team I love the most, will they show up? Because this year, even though the Cowboys are 4-5-1, even though Dak Prescott, specifically, I'm going to be talking about him a lot, even though Dak Prescott is statistically having a good season, I mean, he really is. He's going into today, he was second in the NFL in touchdowns, only behind Matthew Stafford. Him and Jared Goff, of course, were tied. But is he going to show up? You know, Dak Prescott's record against winning teams this year is not good. He has yet to beat a team that is above 500 in 2025. And this is the same thing that we've seen from Dak over and over again. He'll beat up, hurt, bad football teams, but when he has to go up against teams that are 500 or better, he chokes. He doesn't show up. Now, in Dak's defense, two of the games that we did not win, one of them was a tie and one of them was a loss against Green Bay and Carolina. Dak actually played pretty well against teams that were above 500. But the first Eagles game, he really didn't do much. He didn't play horrible, but he didn't really do anything to help the Cowboys win or do anything special. He just kind of managed the game. And then, of course, he played like absolute crap against the Denver Broncos. So which version of Dak Prescott are the Dallas Cowboys going to get today? Are we going to get the good Dak? Or are we going to get the bad Dak? I feel like a lot of that is going to determine the outcome of today's game. The play of both Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts. Now, the Cowboys are coming into this game pretty healthy. Everybody on the offensive side of the ball is back. Everybody's healthy. On the defensive side of the ball, Cowboys are coming in healthy, healthier than they were the first game. And they're going to have a lot more help this game than we had the first game. We got Quinnen Williams, who we did not have the first game. We have DeMarvion Overshown back, who we did not have the first game. Siobhan Revelle, who we did not have the first game. We're also going to have Logan Wilson, who we did not have the first game of the season. So the Cowboys are going to have a lot more help defensively than what we've had all season. We're going to have a lot more help than what we had back in September when we played the Eagles on Thursday night. So the question is, what are the keys to the Dallas Cowboys' success? What are the keys to them getting it done? Well, there's a few things to factor in also. Eagles, before I get to that question of how the Cowboys, the keys to the game. The Eagles are missing Lane Johnson. He's not going to be out there. One of their better pass rushers, I think his name is Ojulari, I could be wrong, but he's not going to be active. So the Eagles are pretty healthy, but they do have a few injuries there coming into the game. The Cowboys overall are the healthier football team. So what's the keys to the game? Let's start with the defense. I feel like getting pressure up the middle is going to be key. Jalen Hurts can beat you with his legs. Jalen Hurts, a lot of people like to write this guy off, especially a lot of Cowboys fans. I get it because we hate the Eagles. I understand that. I hate the Eagles as well. But you can't deny, man, Jalen Hurts has been playing a good season this year, man. He elevates his team, and he doesn't get his team beat. Meanwhile, time and time again, how many times have we seen Dak Prescott either be one of the main reasons or the main reason why the Dallas Cowboys have lost the game? Too many times to count. So that's the big difference between him and Dak. Also, did I forget to say that Jalen Hurts is an elite mobile quarterback and Dak's not? Just something to factor in. But I feel like key on defense is we're going to need Quinnen Williams, Osa, Kenny Clark. They got to get pressure up the middle. Getting that pressure up the middle is going to free up the ends. The Eagles are going to be without their best offensive lineman. Lane Johnson's out. We should be taking advantage. The defensive ends, Clowney, Ezraku, Williams, James Houston, those defensive ends, Fowler, they need to take advantage of the Eagles not having their starting offensive tackle out there. We need to get pressure up the middle on Jalen Hurts so it opens up the outside for our D ends to get hungry and get after Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts is a hard quarterback to sack. He's an elite mobile quarterback. And Jalen Hurts doesn't turn over the ball a whole lot. He only has one interception, Fan Nation, on the season, one. So he doesn't turn over the ball a lot. But if the Dallas Cowboys can get pressure up the middle, if we can stop the run game, which I believe the Cowboys have the personnel with Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Cowboys have enough defensive tackle help and defensive end help, along with linebackers, to stop the run. As long as we can shut down Saquon Barkley, we can shut down Jalen Hurts being able to run the ball, as long as we can keep the Eagles in 3rd and long situations and force them to pass, we got a shot. I feel like the key in this game is going to be getting after Jalen Hurts. I feel like the key in this game is going to force the Eagles to beat you with the pass game. I know Jalen Hurts is a solid passer and he's got 2 number ones, but I feel like that's the best chance, because if you get into 3rd and short situations or 4th and short, Eagles are going to go for it, and they're pretty successful almost every single time. And the Cowboys actually have the personnel to match up there, like I said, but you don't want to get into that situation with the Eagles. So I feel like if we can get pressure up the middle on Jalen Hurts, stop that run game with defensive tackles and linebackers, force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball away or to try and beat you with his arm, Cowboys should have some success against the Philadelphia Eagles defensively. Also, we can't get a lot of penalties that will shorten the field for us. We need to stay disciplined on the defensive side of the ball. On to the offense. The Eagles have a pretty good defense, I'm not going to lie. But their secondary, while they got some talent, I feel like the Cowboys have more than enough help offensively to take advantage of it. I feel like running the football, using the play action pass is going to be super important. We need to let Javonte Williams cook. I feel like Javonte Williams did a great job the first game. The Cowboys were really able to run the football on the Philadelphia Eagles the first game. The problem was we just weren't able to score inside the red zone. And this has been a problem the Cowboys have had all year that not a lot of people have talked about. I don't know if it's Dak Prescott. I don't know if it's Brian Schottenheimer. I don't really care. The play calling in the red zone has been bad. There's been way too many times this year where the Cowboys have abandoned the run game in the red zone and have just been passing the football. And you can't be doing that against a team like the Eagles. You can't settle for field goals. There's been a couple times this season where the Cowboys threw the ball too many times in the red zone and it did not work. For example, against the Carolina Panthers. For example, against the Green Bay Packers. For example, against the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos, where it really turned the momentum in the game or it kept the Cowboys from getting a W. The Cowboys have got to be better inside the red zone. I want to see a lot more running and more creative plays from Brian Schottenheimer than what I've been seeing. I don't want to see Dak Prescott trying to pad his stats inside the 5-yard line like I've seen all season. You need to use Javonte Williams and just pound that rock. Or if you want Dak to get a touchdown, let Dak run it in from the 1-yard line. Dak, even though he's slow, he's still got enough mobility to make some plays in the red zone with his legs. Let Dak run. I want to see a lot more red zone runs than this pass-happy garbage I've been seeing. Because even last week against the Raiders, while it was mostly successful, I saw so many times where Dak Prescott was padding his stats, throwing short touchdowns when we should have been running the ball. So I don't want to see that crap today. Cowboys red zone offense, number one, has to be better against the Eagles. Like I said, number one key is going to be to run the football with Javonte Williams, pound that rock. Number two is going to use the play action pass, throw that ball, use CeeDee Lamb, use George Pickens, use, Jake Ferguson. And number three is going to be we got to have better play calling inside the red zone. And finally, number four, the Cowboys have to protect the football. Now, last week, We really didn't do that. I mean, we only had one turnover, but that turnover was costly. If it would have been against a team like the Eagles, Cowboys probably would have lost that game. But we were playing the Raiders, who don't have a very good offense, so we luckily only gave up a field goal. But Dak's got to protect the football. Dak holds onto the ball way too much. He's not smart with the football a lot of the times. Dak's got to, if the ball, Dak Prescott, if you're watching this, if you get a chance to watch this, I doubt you will. But if you get a chance to see this video, if the play is not there, throw the ball away. Don't hold on to the ball for 15 minutes like you did against the Raiders and get a sack fumble. Don't do that. If the ball is not, if there's nobody there, throw the ball away, Dak Prescott. Throw the ball away. There's too many times he holds on to the ball and he takes bad sacks or fumbles. You cannot do that against the Eagles. That's what got you beat the first game. Miles Sanders ran the ball and he fumbled in the red zone. That lost the Cowboys the game. Or it was a big reason why we lost. It was because Miles Sanders fumbled. We have got to protect the football, whether you're Dak Prescott, Williams, anybody. These guys got to protect the football. I don't want to see fumbling out there. And one thing I did not mention last week is I was really impressed with Malik Davis. I do think the Cowboys should use Malik Davis a lot more. And I think he should be used a lot more in this game against the Eagles. Attack him on the boundaries. Use that speed that he's got to attack the Eagles. I've been really impressed with Malik Davis. Use him a lot more. That's another thing I would add to the run game besides just pounding the rock. Use Malik Davis to run the ball. Use the boundaries a little bit. Get him off target. Get him off balance. But I'll say this. The Cowboys have enough talent to get it done. They really do. Do I think that we're disciplined? No. Do I believe in the quarterback? Not really. Do I believe in the coaching that they can get it done? I'm skeptical of all those things. But the Cowboys, talent-wise, we have enough talent to get it done. As long as the Cowboys play smart, disciplined football, they don't get a ton of penalties, they don't turn the ball over, we run the football, use that play-action pass, attack them on the boundaries, have a little bit better play calling inside the red zone, and the defense is able to stop the run, get a little pressure up the middle, force Jalen Hurts to beat you with his arm, Cowboys have a chance. Really do. I know a lot of people don't think we do, and I get that. But if the Cowboys play to their strengths, if they play even close to their strengths, we got a chance. But it's going to be up to Dak Prescott. Is Dak Prescott going to show up today for the Dallas Cowboys? Because that's going to be a big key. Will Dak Prescott show up today for the Dallas Cowboys, or is he going to be playing bad like he has all season for the most part, with the exception of Carolina and Green Bay against teams above 500? Is he going to show up, or is he going to be the bad Dak that we got against the Denver Broncos, or the bad Dak we got against the Chicago Bears or the Arizona Cardinals? Which Dak are we going to get? That's going to determine a lot of today's game. Protecting the football is going to determine a lot of today's game. Being able to slow down the run, force Jalen Hurts to beat you with his arm, is going to determine what happens in today's game. But what will happen, I have no idea. Which Dak Prescott will show up? The good Dak or the bad Dak? We'll find out. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.